and it can ignite. That's the key word here. It can ignite these conversations. That's the key word here, ignite. It can ignite these conversations about mental health and the sheer crux of these vast internal issues that a lot of people go through, whether it be through pregnancy or whatever. The most key stuff is that it is relatable. People can relate to it. There is truthfulness in this video. Somebody is being genuine. They are being raw. They are being themselves. Nothing is forced, and this is why it can be very hard, but also an absolutely inspiring video for somebody to make. So Jayde Pierce, a influencer, content creator, YouTuber, sits down and opens up about some real shocking issues.
I hate seeing that version of myself. I was obviously getting comments about how I was being, and I think people just thought that I didn't care anymore, which obviously wasn't the case. As I said before, there were days where I felt better than other days, but for the most part, pregnancy took the life out of me.
Hey guys, it's Murali. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. Back at it again with another update. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. If you haven't already, click that button please, and do subscribe to my channel. Follow me on my Instagram, Murad_Murali as well. Hop over there, and then let's get into this video. Now, for those who don't know, Jayde Pierce is a content creator, influencer, YouTuber, whatever name you want to call it, and she posted a 45 to 40 minute related video last week, sitting down and explaining why she isn't consistent on YouTube anymore, and essentially kind of breaks down, not emotionally, but in a way, and in terms of like tears and stuff, but she breaks down and really talks about the core crux of the issues that have been bothering her and really speaks out about them. Now, I feel like this is a very important thing for you to do, because if you have a large following and you're talking about mental health issues, number one, it's very hard. So I give credit where credit is due. And obviously I'm very happy that she's spoken up about these issues, because it cannot be easy, most definitely. But I also feel like I feel like this is a bit like tilted. There we go. Look at that beard though, wow. But I also, commend her for talking about these harsh issues that, people can easily relate to.
I was depressed, I was constantly nauseous, constantly sick, constantly drained. I just constantly felt terrible.
She goes into depression and talks about how that really just made her feel so sad. And the good thing about what she was talking about is that she also documented it as well, showing raw footage of the stages.
And then eat well the next day. But in this case, I just stopped eating altogether. Some of you would know already, but ever since I had Ayla, I've been suffering with an eating disorder.
Of emotional in-depths, stuff that she was going through. I talked about postnatal depression, which actually can be very real, and things that we don't really talk about or know about post giving birth, especially giving birth, prematurely. Now she's in the limelight, how she reads stuff, and even goes into the fact that she even had an eating disorder as well, which developed post, and she began to get very emotional and crying when people would comment saying, it looks like you haven't eaten for over a year, and stuff like this that would really, can essentially take someone's life. So here she is exemplifying the issues that she's gone through and talking about her mental health, which definitely acts as an inspiration for the followers. I presume there are a lot of young girls that are watching her, and this in itself I feel like is a really good thing and courageous thing that she has done. So hats off to her for actually taking the time to sit down and record a very long video, as well as edit the video and record footage prior and put it all together. This stuff is not easy and can take a toll on yourself as well, but communicating with your audience, with your subscribers, creating that bridge and talking about such personal issues, personalized journeys that you don't want to share, or that you're not ready to share yet, or that when you do share, you may have your doubts.
Eventually I did hypnosis to help me with things, because everything was just getting out of control. I had no personality, and that was one of the hardest things to deal with.
It can be very difficult with an audience to do so. So this in itself, I feel like it was a very courageous move. She also talks about, certain techniques or therapies that she used to help herself, like hypnosis, which I wouldn't even think would be a core kind of technique, and how it allowed her to help to see a better version of herself. She also made a very good quote and plenty of quotes in the video, but she gave a very good quote where she spoke about how you instead of saying to somebody, you could have somebody else somebody else would have it way worse than you, is equivalent to saying that there's no point being happier because somebody else could be happier than you, something like that. And I feel like that comparison was very interesting, because people normally say, don't be upset or something because somebody's in a far worse situation. Yes, they could be in a far worse situation, and yes, that's definitely possible and happening in the world, but that doesn't retract or take away from the horrific stuff that you are going through, and shouldn't. And I feel like these type of quotes these type of stuff that people say to people when they're down isn't really productive. So for her to sit down and go through all of these core issues, I feel like other people online need to talk about it and, you know, congratulate these people, say well done, give somebody a pat on the back and say this is not easy for somebody to do, to sit there and talk about their own mental health issues and, you know, to have the notion in their mind that they're going to be judged again. This could easily lead to a negative spiral for some people, but also going to help people get stuff off their chest. Now, I just didn't expect this to happen also soon, but I feel like the majority of the reaction, I feel like, if not all reaction, has been positive, and it should be. This can obviously be an inspiration to a vast amount of our audience, especially the younger demographic. If they are going through issues, they can speak about it with their own therapies, with their parents, with their loved ones, and it can ignite. That's the key word here. It can ignite these conversations. That's the key word here, ignite. It can ignite these conversations about mental health and the sheer crux of these vast internal issues that a lot of people go through, whether it be through pregnancy or whatever. The most key stuff is that it is relatable. People can relate to it. There is truthfulness in this video. Somebody is being genuine. They are being raw. They are being themselves. Nothing is forced, and this is why it can be very hard, but also an absolutely inspiring video for somebody to make. Jayde then also talks about her YouTube and the money that she makes from it, and in actual fact has only had one paycheck in the entirety of her YouTube life.
But obviously people get paid off of YouTube videos. You get AdSense when people view your videos, you get paid or whatever. And this is going to sound very strange, but I have only ever been, for as long as I've been on YouTube, I've been paid by YouTube once in my YouTube career.
Now that in itself has really shocked me, because this person has nearly got 500,000 subscribers and has only been paid by Google AdSense once, and that's shocking. She doesn't know what to do. She's back and forth with the management, and that in itself I find to be like, wow, like the violation is ridiculous here. And that, you know, she's considering making a brand new YouTube channel. I don't think that will be a clever thing to do. Reason being is because 500,000 is a lot of subscribers for you to retract and get back, and obviously a portion of those could be dead, not in terms of the people but in terms of the accounts. They could be inactive, and I feel like what you should be doing is just be a bit patient with the back and forth of management, and hopefully they can help sort out this AdSense stuff, because that doesn't make any sense to me, and clearly they're messing things up. But again, that can also take a toll on your mental health. You're working for a whole year and you're not even getting paid. So it seems that Jayde Pierce has gone through, probably is still going through a lot of these issues, and has, you know, been brave enough to sit down and share them with us. And I thought I would just casually sit down and give a very 5 to 6 minute review of a 40-minute video, so that you guys can obviously watch it, so we can talk about it, get a conversation going, and let me know if you guys have watched this video and if you guys understand it or are related to it, or, you know, just, I feel like it was just a very clever thing to do. Hopefully this can ignite something else for more content creators or influencers or YouTubers or Instagrammers, whatever you want to call yourself, to start something like this, because I feel like it's very, very clever, and I feel like it's very brave for her to do. So hats off for you, hats off to you, Jayde Pierce, for you speaking about it, because I feel like these things aren't easy at all. Let me know what your thoughts are. Please do subscribe, click that button for daily and consistent content. Follow me on my Instagram, Murad_Morali, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.